Ohio State Player Spotlight, sponsored by Logan Services. We make home comfort easy.
It's not very often you see a captain that can also earn the term sleeper on the team, but that's where we are with Brandon Inniss. He came in as a star wide receiver, but in a packed Zone 6 room with all that talent, he's sometimes overlooked.
These are two moments, months apart, different teams and different stakes, but the same player there first to celebrate his teammates.
Just fierce competitor, football player, tough, the guy you want on your team.
That is Brandon Inniss.
Yeah, B is always, bro. He's a very important guy. His energy's off the chart. Like, he's tremendous to all of us. He always, like, whenever someone makes a play, he's always there to support us, the first one. So I can't wait to see him.
In a crowded room of star receivers, he's the one that gets to wear that title of captain.
It means everything to me. Come here, wanted to be a captain. First of all, that's one of the greatest honors you can have as being an Ohio State player. Not a lot of people get to do it. I mean, just talking for myself, I've seen the bigger picture. There's times that I could have transferred, could have did different things, but I stuck through it. I've seen the bigger picture at the end of the day.
Never starting in a game, yet his teammates still voted him as one of the four captains.
Yeah, I wasn't very vocal when I was younger. I definitely grew into it, but I would say at American Heritage, I grew into that a lot more. I played quarterback, actually. That helped me because they all looked to me like, we need you. So I feel like ever since then, I became a vocal leader.
It's fitting that his Instagram title is Showtime 1, because this season, it's really time for Brandon Inniss to show the college football world just who he can be.
I got voted one of the four captains.
Like for the year? Like you're going to be a captain?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
The ceiling's is the clouds. There really is no ceiling. It's only what he limits himself to. But I expect to see a great leader.
I feel like just go out there and be me now. Go out there and be me. Got one under the belt, and now we're going to roll now.
Adam King, 10 TV Sports.
Ohio, it's time for football. And now, Buckeyes fans have the chance to become the comfiest fans in the shoe. Sponsored by Logan Services. One lucky winner and a guest will be chosen for each home game. All you have to do is visit Logan Services website to enter. Logan Services cares about your comfort, and they want to see you in these seats. Logan Services, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Joined by Brandon Inniss. And Brandon, first game out there starting with the Buckeyes, #1 team in the country. What was that atmosphere like?
I mean, it was electric, man. The fans did what we needed them to do. They made it hard for them. I don't know how many false starts they had, but it was enough. We got a W.
What was it like for you being out there with Julian? Things really seemed to click early in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes back to our preparation. We was prepared well, our practice during the week, and I knew Julian was going to do it. I knew the whole time he's going to be a great quarterback for us, and I'm excited for the rest of the season.
For you personally, what was it like to be out there as a captain, walking to center field, knowing all you poured into this program?
I mean, it felt amazing, man. I was just embracing that moment, taking it all in, and it felt amazing. Can't wait to do it some more.
Can't wait to do it some more. What do you think your biggest takeaway being out there now, getting that first win under your belt is?
I feel like just go out there and be me now. Go out there and be me. Got one under the belt, and now we're going to roll now.
And then your style of leadership, real quick. What do you think that is? I mean, I always see you're the first guy to celebrate on a team with the players. What is your style of leadership behind the scenes?
I would say I'm just an outspoken guy, just letting everybody feel comfortable to be around me, talk to me and stuff like that. And I just build relationships that way. And then when I build relationships like that, I just become more comfortable with everybody, and then we celebrating their games and stuff like that.
What was that locker room like?
Electric, man. Electric. We can't wait to have some more locker rooms like that.
Should I know how much this means to you?
Yeah.
When you got that decision, I know you've been on the leadership council. We've talked about this over and over, dating back a year. You've been important to this team already, but when there are four captains and your name is called, what immediately hits you?
Excitement, honestly. Excitement was the first thing, and then just overall gratefulness. Honestly, it's a huge honor. I know what it meant for all them guys to vote me a captain, and the guys that was captains before me, their legacy that I'm taking on now is just a huge honor.
It's crazy. We're talking with Brandon Inniss, by the way. I think I just skipped right to the captaincy, but the way that this wide receiver room, and you know what the national perception is of that position, and Keyshawn's writing books about throwing in the damn ball and the diva stuff. There's a captain coming out of that room or a leader on this team every single year to represent not just Ohio State as a whole, but then your position room. What does that part mean to you?
I mean, it's a blessing, honestly. Like Xavier Johnson, Cam Babb, and Mecca last year, just continuing that, almost tradition, you could say at this point. Just continuing that, leaving that legacy that they left behind, and continuing to grow from there is just a blessing.
How important is it as a receiver in this place to remind people that you guys aren't divas, that you are the group in this team that leads the way? Because you can look nationally, there still are a lot of wide receivers who are crying when they don't get the football. And at Ohio State, like, you've never started a game and you're a captain. Like, how insane is that to you? And how important has it been to just make sure people know that Zone 6 is still what runs this place?
Yeah. I mean, we different. That's what I would say. We different over here. And we all want to see each other win at the end of the day. And that's why I think we not divas. We want to see each other win no matter who it is. And honestly, from years prior, you can see them guys from Jax, Garrett, and Chris. They want to see each other win to now us, and we just want to see each other win.
Who was the first of the former receivers to reach out to you when your captaincy was announced?
Former receivers?
Yeah, guys
former
that,
player.
Guys that you played with.
Former player. Okay.
Sure.
Will Howard was the first.
Will Howard.
And then Emeka, and then Lathan Ransom, and then actually Terry McLaurin after his contract extension the other night.
So let me ask you this.
He was busy up until then?
Had you think about how different your life – you would have played Texas a lot.
Yeah.
When you were committed to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And now here you are playing Texas 2 games in a 3-game stretch.
Yeah.
What does this challenge present for you as a receiver group and for you, a guy making your first start in college football?
I mean, they have a great secondary. They have a great scheme, and we know what they're going to come to the table with. And it's a great challenge. When you come to Ohio State, you look for these games. This is a game you want to be in, and we ready for it, and we gonna play us.
Brandon, so I was joking, about you have Sonny and Austin Sareveld, who are, these Ohio guys, and they grew up wanting to wear the scarlet and gray and be a captain someday. For someone who comes from outside of the state, and we know how quickly you acclimated, how much it means to you, but when was the moment that you're like, well, this is home? Because you certainly had opportunities after year one, or, at any point where you're like, I could leave. When did it become like this was your home, and that it meant as much to be a captain and represent this program as it did to somebody who grew up with it their whole life?
Yeah, I would say, like, for them guys, I think I haven't watched Ohio State my whole life, so I know they probably have. And seeing the captains go out there every game, and they probably went to some games, I don't know. But them seeing that, I know it probably felt different. But yeah, it feels different for me too, honestly. And then just
how so?
Just because the legacy that the captains leave behind, and how people remember you as not just a player but a person as well. And I feel like that's a real difference right there. Like, everybody in the building congratulating me after that and stuff like that. They really know how hard I've worked, and it felt amazing.
I don't know that you're like, because you haven't started a game yet at Ohio State.
How many times are you going to tell him that?
I think it's important that he remembers. I think it's important.
I think he knows.
I think it's important that he remembers it. When you go out there,
you can leave at any
time. There's a lot
right?
of people who just don't know who the hell Brandon Inniss is. I have said for years that you are the most competitive high school football player I've ever seen. And do I say that all the time about Brandon?
That's correct.
I've never seen.
You also say he's never started a game a lot.
So I only say things that are true.
It's true.
I have never seen a high school football player who was more competitive than you. And most of the time that was in 7-on-7 settings.
Yeah.
Where does that come from? Like, why is that a part of you? And who is responsible for it? And how can we send them a thank you basket of fruit?
The fruit. Honestly, I just hate losing. I don't know really where it comes from, but ever since I was little, I just hated losing. I was always on, like, winning teams. I've never had a losing record. Like, I've been to Little League Super Bowls, won a state championship in high school. Like, I've done all these things, and I just feel like I hate losing. I hate losing more than I love winning. So that's really where I think it comes from. And anything there's a competition with, I'm trying to win, and I'm trying to be the best at it.
I don't think I've asked you this, Brandon, but like, there's this sense from some of the guys who weren't frontline starters. We know how important you were last year. Like, some people have said, well, that is that team's championship ring. You have one. You got all the jewelry. You were a key part of it, the touchdown against Penn State. We know all that. Is there any part of you that's like, now I need one in a different role, a more prominent role, whether that's captain, just starting, whatever?
Honestly, yeah. Like, honestly, it is. And I've thought about that, honestly. Like, last year, like, that was our team, but I wasn't starting. And I've thought about them things like Emeka, man, like, just seeing him, like, cry after the game. Like, I don't know, it really hit me. Like, now I'm like, damn, I need one like that. And honestly, like, so it felt great, but
yeah,
when I get one when I'm starting, I know that'll feel different.